Today, we're going to talk about something we call the money printing machine that Pi Network is about to unveil. You might have heard whispers about the Pi ad network, but do you really understand how powerful, how terrifying it is? This is one of the core foundations, the ace in the hole of the entire Pi Network project. And today, we're going to break it down, analyze it deeper than anything you've ever known. We are pifromus, the Pioneer community channel that brings you the most practical, real-world insights into the Pi Network project. We tell you the things that the Pi core team can't say. Now, let's go back to the pain point called PiCoin's price. Most people are disappointed because its value keeps plummeting. But you need to wake up and realize something. Right now, the market makers, the whales, are in their accumulation phase, collecting as much PiCoin as they possibly can. Why? Simple. Because in today's market, besides weak-hearted pioneers panic selling, they're the only ones actually buying PiCoin. So why wouldn't they drive the price down as low as possible to scoop up cheap Pi? Anyone selling now is basically feeding the sharks. Just look at the amount of PiCoin being deposited on exchanges. Even though the price is tanking, the total supply on exchanges is increasing daily. Sadly, many pioneers don't realize that the more PiCoins exchanges hold in their reserves from your deposits, the easier it is for them to manipulate the price downward. We've already explained this twisted mechanism in detail. Market makers can actually borrow your PiCoin that you deposited to place short sell orders, forcing the price down even further. And as long as what? As long as more people are depositing PiCoin than withdrawing it, the downward pressure won't stop. The more you panic, the more you deposit to cash out, the lower Pi's price will drop. Until the whales have accumulated enough cheap P, that's when the pump begins. This is the eternal rule of the crypto casino. And we've lost a lot of money to understand this truth. But we also know that no matter how much we explain it, only a few will truly understand and believe us. Most people need to see it happen to believe it. But by the time they do, it's already too late. So what does Pi ad network have to do with all of this? It is the ultimate weapon. It is the money printing machine. It will allow Pi network to break free from the monopoly and manipulation of centralized exchanges. It can be said that Pi domains, which we were all so excited to bid on, was just the appetizer. The real main course, the true blockbuster, is Pi ad network, which the Pi core team is about to unveil to the world. The PiCoin consumption of Pi ad network will be many, many times greater than that of Pi domains. If Pi domains consumed around 3 million PiCoins in its initial phase based on early auction data, then Pi ad network could easily consume 300 million PiCoins, or even more, each year. And this is what will truly print money for the Pi network project. Why is it such a game changer? To understand this, we need to see the bigger picture. The Pi network project will have 3 major waves of users joining in. 1, the first wave already happening. This is us, the pioneers. The early adopters, the ones who mined PiCoin for free from the very beginning. We are the first settlers, the core members, who have helped build an enormous, loyal user community, over 70 million people, that will use Pi network and its Web3 ecosystem daily. In this phase, we got in for free, but in return, we had to wait an incredibly long time, 6 years. This community is Pi network's most valuable asset. 2, the second wave, starting now. We are witnessing this wave joining as Pi network moves into the open mainnet phase. These users must pay to own PiCoin, either on exchanges or through partners like Banxa. They won't need to spend a fortune compared to its potential value to acquire the same amount of Pi that many first-wave pioneers spent 6 years mining. However, they chose to buy in at this moment, which already demonstrates their belief and understanding, far more than those who simply complain but don't dare to buy. So, if you're a first-wave pioneer, stop complaining about the price being low. If you think it's cheap, buy more. Do you dare? Still, these second-wave users will also need to wait before they can truly profit from Pi network. Pi is not a get-rich-quick scheme. In this phase, we will also see developers, entrepreneurs, and companies jumping in to tap into the massive loyal user base that Pi network has built. OKX, BitGet, Telegram, Banxa, they all joined voluntarily because they saw the massive opportunity. And it's not just the big players. Startups and entrepreneurs will also choose Pi Network as their platform because it already has a built-in user base and a blockchain-educated community. Is there any other platform as ready to go as Pi Network? And here's the key. These developers, businesses, and companies will be the ones integrating Pi Network into their products. They will use it to generate revenue for themselves while simultaneously creating revenue for Pi Network through advertising. The third wave future. This is the mass adoption wave. When the ecosystem becomes strong and attractive enough, billions of users worldwide will join Pi Network, not to mine Pi, which may become very difficult or even impossible by then, but to use the incredible Web3 applications and services built on the Pi platform. And they will be the ones creating massive and sustainable demand for PiCoin by using dApps and viewing ads on Pi Network. Back to Pi Network. So far, when you play free games or use free apps, don't you often have to watch ads? That's because of Google's advertising platform, AdSense. Game developers and app creators make money by showing you ads, and Google shares the revenue with them. Pi Network works exactly the same way. It will function just like Google in the advertising market, but with one major difference. All advertising fees will be paid in PiCoin. So what does this mean? It means that advertisers will need PiCoin to run ads. They will have to buy PiCoin from the market, from exchanges, or from pioneers like you. With 70 million KYC'd users, a much higher quality user base compared to Web2's fake accounts, and hundreds of millions more coming, Pi Network could generate advertising revenue worth billions of dollars, converted into PiCoin. The global digital advertising market is massive, expected to reach nearly $700 billion by 2024. Even if Pi Network captures just a small fraction of that, it would already be huge. What's happening now? Pi applications, dApps, are currently undergoing review and integrating Pi Network into their platforms. You've been wondering, where are the 100 dApps that won the hackathon? They are finalizing this money printing machine so it's ready for launch. These applications need revenue to survive and grow. They can't just run on blind faith forever. Pi Network's revenue will continue to grow as Pi Network's user base expands. A fully Pi-powered economy. This is the sustainable development we are aiming for. Exchanges? They're just a tiny piece of Pi Network's bigger picture. Right now, many people judge the entire Pi Network project based on a tiny fraction, the prices bouncing around on exchanges. Your vision determines your limits. Pifromus firmly believes that PiCoin's value will rise once Pi Network launches and stabilizes. But by then, how much PiCoin will you still have left? That's the real question. Good luck, Pioneer. Your Pi, your choice.